the right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people. Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strike breakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence. Rights of people. Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. To make us...
His manner of speaking is wooden. The tone of voice bland and uninspired. Almost as if compiling replies.
Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the... Right to work! Right to work! Maybe you should ask them the questions. We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. You're trying to meet their fat... I know nothing about a murder. Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They do it. Right to work!
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity.
Let us work! When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get...
Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers.
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks fake. His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to... He ignores your question, choosing instead. Silence is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say what.
Honest men and women, with rights, to work, to be useful.
We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No.
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
What's it to you? Am I a suspect? Done no crimes. I only fight for the rights of people.
Every once in a while, it's like you can see glimpses of another guy under the guise of this fighter for jobs. He seems more brutal, cunning.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill. Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? We're done here. I have a strike to break.
Right to work! Right to work! Sure, things are busy enough. You're going to waste less...
The hulking man oozes stark skepticism.
We were promised work.
Main gate's locked. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically
I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. Their work. Like civilized folk, you mean?
It would be better for the neighborhood if you would...
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button...
Scab?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses. Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think. Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy would...
Big guy. He means the leader of the scabs.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another...
Psst. Show him your stolen card. Now has arrived the perfect...
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife? Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can rule.
He didn't do it. It's the truth.
My friend, I respect the right to roam. I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a...
If it's so simple, why did the scab leader warn you of the guards blocking the way?
I walk right past Measurehead and go in. Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him, then press the button to unlock the door, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation, or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or... Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong. Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough. Sure.
The man looks at the colorful piece of plastic.
But that's not you, officer. From back when you were not a cop, but a heavy-set, dark-skinned dock worker named Santiago Jean? Highly unlikely. I've known John for several years now. Also...
Now you're in a mess. The time hath not arrived. Sorry.
Oh, John's been out drinking himself blind again?
No, it will prove useful still. Believe your thieving fingers.
Oh, is my friend in some sort of trouble? Who knew? Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
The coin narrowly slips by your ouch.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like... Was not meant as provocation or ridicule.
The boyadero stares at you with respect.
Right, always glad to help out the RCM. We're on the same branch, you and I. Humans, I mean. Not slithering scabs. You know, serious business.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike too. Just can't break the command structure and...
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick. Yes, Al Ghul.
He means alcohol.
Correct, my small skull servant. Al Ghul is an ancient Ilmaran poison, a parasitic fungus that has colonized your race. It is a trick the desert big...
Intentionally fermented drinks have existed for 10,000 years.
This is a fabrication the alchemists of Yizot and Bashir and the Roland and Rul have fed you people. Go on believing in it. Right. Good. There is a frit nearby. Congratulate yourself with another drink. Your features are not yet congenitally deformed enough.
Oh yeah, Measurehead.
It's not good.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the begging for help, attempting to pass fear for cooperation. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Kroikos. You will be superseded.
It is, baby.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Enough with this begging. You should bring your troops to the Semenine Islands and to Boogie Street, and the walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own. Well, not as such. What you do with a mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist. The man looks at you.
You are not Santiago. Santiago is not you. Even the Frenny. Oh, don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. Mr. Claire is a man of vision and means. He has also to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax, and of course you are, Levasholian man. Above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Stop explaining yourself. No one cares. Of course, I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the South Island race. Haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We are the future. I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulumbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Semenese women walk into the grave. No. I have heard about it on the... I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have... Racists are generally not very good example.
Welcome to Revachol. He must think redhead.
I am not like them. I am crani...
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the...
That atavistic stigmata makes pussy say yes, plenty.
Babe, thanks. But I got this.
I don't think anything about this.
Your pedomorphic friend is right. You should leave here with your tail be...
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Do you?
The lieutenant looks toward the harbors.
You are obviously a liberal, Sayerite. A polyculturalist. There are three categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are a receding genetic pool you know them by the names of their nation states. The Oranese, the
Mahun is a derogative term for first world people of Gotvoldian descent. They do not all have eczema. In some municipalities of Oranje,
The Maun are proof that you can.
colorful tassels are, let's be honest, not
The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the other large mondials overproduction of sebum. As proven by the Maun and the Mesk, the indigenous people of the Insulindian archipelago. The Areopagites are the master race of the Ilmaran deserts.
Wait, didn't Ilmaran desert pygmies invent alcohol and get pillaged just a short while?
No, those were scimitar with.
Jean, baby, you're on.
I know, babe. The Areopagites, the latter is perfect. Type B are.
The Khoikos of Grad, Yugo, Zhimsk, Shest et al. Are what you would call.
Yes. To an untrained eye, pinkness is a racial quality. The Khoiko, the countless micronationalities.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
They are microscopic. Its leaders will the Vasholians halfway.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening. But that seems a little off.
The revolution came to. The revolution is enough of tips. The F are a museum of failed chimeric experiments at lesser races like the mosquito. The mosquito is born sterile.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure? The Koiko, as you know, this will never have but enough. It is created. You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask. You need to internalize what you have heard here today. Then return to me. This clarity does not come instantly. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease?
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign.
Oh, that's the tear machine. It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like... You need a bag, I guess. Feel free to use it if you find a bag, though.
You see several packaged raincoats. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed.
What is what? If you want to buy one...
Her attention is drawn to the raincoats.
Here you go. Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something.
What's that magazine she's reading?
I don't know. A 7 to 11 grocery store. I think they think that the extra tea makes it.
The story goes that normal Fritta, with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc. grew...
You mean this? This is Popstars.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish. No.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Okay. I'm not, I don't really know anything. Not really. No. I didn't know him at all. I don't know, really.
No need to worry. It's...
Okay. Uh-huh. Reality.
She is like a student unexpectedly called upon by...
I don't really know anything. I mean, I'm 50. Yeah, that's why I'm working. I don't know. We're in Frit as mankind, or...
What will her essay prompt be?
In a good place. I mean, science is doing great, and this radio computer... I don't know.
The clock shows the time at 10:09.
When ordinary people take... Yeah, it happened like 50 years ago or so. Our government? Or do you mean something cool?
Welcome to Revachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for...
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said, welcome to Revachol.
I know exactly what you meant. You think... But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM.
Silence. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
I haven't learned anything I didn't know before.
The lieutenant exhales and...
Whatever you say.
He smells of heavy motor oils, and his breath of high tar content.
It's about biological determination. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge, you know. I'm not just racist. Look, people who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally... So, lately we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate... The problem?
Cultural victory? What is this then?
It's what the kips of Boogie Street are going for. It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen? Don't push your luck, Runt.
Worn and beaten wooden plank.
We can see.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Yes? What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief? 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind a whirling and wreck. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him. A security guard or worker of some sort. They didn't identify themselves in any way. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. That's us.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you...
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer. You mean like a brief? There's no 3 days ago, during that, a security guard. They didn't There's a strong prejudice against involving the... That's right. I'm afraid you don't know. I assumed you were in on it. Better still than an imbecile cop-off. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. Later. What? No. It's not a party. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. Then you are in luck.
Is this a strike then?
I expect the case itself to be less strike, coup.
You feel something rising through you. A familiar feeling. An opinion taking form.
Politics is habit-forming and hazardous.
From an imaginary fan.
Now, was there anything else you want? Good.
No response. He's having trouble processing it.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs? Not a fan.
The RCM deploys a self...
Try work. The case at hand. It can... Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having... Really? You look this psychodrama.
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malingering.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your state. Me? I don't see how my life... That's a fair point. That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this. But you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
I guess you don't need glasses, then. That's because I'm half... It's a part of...
Sayo is a protectionist.
I can see you're disappointed.
A point of pride to him.
No.
The lieutenant nods.
What do you mean? I have no idea.
The lieutenant's conceptualized.
What?
The lieutenant produced. We all have our different media.
Good. Let's change the subject. Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. I hope you don't take this the wrong way. They say it's a scene clearing.
Yes, but containers contain.
I don't know. Containers contain, I guess. I'm making assumptions.
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses.
You like sunglasses, officer?
Abort. These are...
Damn, officer!
It's going to be very difficult for...
No, you are definitely not buying those. No, I can't. We can't walk around with you looking like this.
These are all boring. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, superb material, very cool. UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes.
No luck. All you find is this.
Oh, that visor is perfect for...
Hey, at least it might actually offer some protection.
I hope not.
You don't like it? Sure, Square Joe. No problem. Let's get you some real shades.
There are clothes and...
Don't be shy. These are premium class.
Save the economy.
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Look around, officer. Is this really the economy we want to leave to our children? Too bad, officer. Kids make it...
You find your hands. The box smells like cat piss.
Economical, but also trendy. Look firsthand.
Something cold grazes your hand.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.